pool must be safe. It must stop the entry of a young person, and a young person, they tell us, is aged from 0 to 3 years. They must not be able to climb the pool, they must climb the pool barrier. They must not be able to get underneath the pool barrier. They must not be able to open and close the gate effectively themselves. And and it's up to the adults to keep an eye on the kids. Kids should not be allowed in the pool on their own. The adults don't have to be standing there to watch them. Quite often there's family activity and the adults can be sitting around at a barbecue setting enjoying themselves, but the kids are within striking distance and they can watch them from there. Okay. If something happens to a person, if they're taken out of a pool unconscious, everybody's in panic mode, and it helps to have the CPR sign visible so that people can see what the steps are. They don't have to be an expert in resuscitation, but it's a guideline. Anything is better than nothing. On the outside of the fence, nothing within 900 millimetres. On the inside of the barrier, the fence for clarity, nothing more than 300 millimetres inside the fence. Now the reason for that, if it's a full fence, a ColourBond type fence, a solid panel fence, the 300 millimetres inside is not a problem. But if it's the normal aluminium pool barrier, the flat top panels, a young person can put something through the barrier and use it as a foothold. So we have a safety zone of 300 millimetres inside, 900 millimetres from the top. Okay. They need to be self-closing, and self-closing, you'll get a positive action. The gate will close and the magnet will pull it in. Oh look, I think it should be a monthly thing. Every time you go through the gate, it only takes a second to check it. Oh, that's a bit tight and something needs to be done. A little bit of CRC works wonders. Excellent. Well, this is an area of contention. If you are renting the property, you are responsible to maintain the safety of the pool. Okay. Now, are you responsible for the cost of it? If it's something you've damaged yourself, then I would suggest you'd be responsible for it. If it's a normal wear and tear thing, then it would be the agent who would have it repaired and the cost would be passed on to the owner. Mm-hmm. But when a property is rented or leased, it must have a compliant pool safety certificate, and the Act says a property must not be rented or leased until it has a compliant certificate. Now it's quite specific on that. When it's rented or leased and a certificate is issued against the property, that certificate remains current for a period of 2 years. Then it must be renewed. The 2 years in a certificate will cover the property being rented or leased 100 times. But once the 2 years is up, it must be redone. So what I'm saying there, if a property has a certificate, it can be leased, it can be rented a number of times on that certificate.